Welcome. Yours truly, Sir William here. We're going to do another market review. Altcoins, shitcoins, maybe razzle dazzle and a little bit of Bitcoin. It's 420. Let's get silly, all right? So, what do we have here? Let's break this down. Let's see if there's anything interesting on OBV. I like to get a little freaky with that sometimes. Nothing really, but on closes we have some divergence here, so this could go down. But first things first. I see. Depending how you want to draw your imaginary lines, well, the base of this pattern is rising, no questions about that. But rising wedge, or you could draw it this way. And ascending triangle, very similar support and resistances there. Either way, both of those are bearish patterns. And as funny as it is, we do have some resistance right here, right? Follow me. So I guess if you're looking for a swing trade, you want to get in a position somewhere here on this trend line, ideally that's matching some type of support or resistance. Personally, if you're looking for my bad, that's my 4-hour chart change alert, but we're doing charts right now. I like to play horizontals more than I do diagonals, because you can just retest that on the way down. But I'd probably feel more comfortable if you're looking to get in a position somewhere at this level right here, hold this, maybe catch like a rogue wick, already hit it here. Either here, or let's flip this resistance to support, right? Flipped it. I'm not feeling that. Let's bring out the paintbrush. Price comes, maybe does one of these numbers, flips it, retests it, comes up, hit, and then we retest some resistances up here. This is something that's not going to happen overnight. Oh, come on. And that price decline there is off this region right here. So, and this region has yet to be tested. This little zone. So we could come through and not necessarily retest this low. Maybe we do a number like this where price is just on one, retest that resistance right there, nice healthy retest of that support, and then come through. Even though people are bullish, I don't think it's a full, like, we're going to hit all-time highs this year, or maybe towards the end of next year we could be at that retesting all-time high level. But it also wouldn't be off the table to also just consolidate here for a little bit and then make that move in whatever direction it wants to. But it's been holding this pattern right here, you know, this support. So until otherwise, you know, that's the position to play. Higher highs, lower highs, higher highs. All right. That's BNB for you. There's some levels mapped out. XRP. Currently at the weekly MA 200. Classical charting sense, you want to be over that for it to be considered an uptrend. R over the 50. 200, we did have that death cross. You want to take out this level right there. I mean, shit, honestly. You could even extend that down there. I normally don't draw my zones like that, but just because that MA 200 is there, you want that to hold. I don't know, you wouldn't want to see this be a deviation, or in my opinion, you could just retest the lows of the range. All right, I'll take a sip of water. Lows of the range. If we reject off this, I mean, right where this equilibrium is of this range, there's a resistance, support area. So you would want this to hold to be over the 50. You don't want to come down here. Just because I say it could test the lows of the range doesn't mean it should, but you would want this level to hold for sure. If you come down here, I think it's safe to take a bid down at this weekly support area on XRP. I feel like that's totally reasonable. All right. Yeah, over the MA50 is good. Eventually, we want to hold this MA 200 and push up forward. But I think it's fair to take a bid down here. And if we close below this support, this MA 50 on the weekly, probably want to get out that position. TRX, the Binance chart, holding the MA 200. That's probably up since the retest of that, what, like 42, 50, 54%, very nice. So yeah, nice reaction off that MA 200 on the weekly. There is this support and resistance area. So we are holding that weekly support, flipped it, resistance, hold, long wicks. Could be messing with people's risk tolerance there, taking them out, hitting over leveraged money, but holding that area as support, holding that MA 50, that orange line as support. Kind of the same thing, you know, we break below this support area, this MA 50. Maybe we come down to this MA 200 area. I think it's more reasonable to test, maybe bounce off this right here. In my opinion, the MA 200 could move up too. I mean, it's rising, we're over it. That's the definition of an uptrend. I mean, ideally, you want to take this, have this support hold right there. That'd be great. I mean, also too, to add to this, you know, falling trend line, retest, close over, retest, Trend line support, hold the 50. I mean, that's beautiful right there too. So broke the trend line, higher high, didn't come for these lows. It's looking good. Definitely a trend change there. Let's see what the OBV is hitting for. You down with OBV? I mean, we have this falling OBV, rising price, so divergence too. I'd feel comfortable, especially if you're playing spot. You can add to the bags here at this level. Totally reasonable to do so with that. I know people make fun of TRX, but fast blockchain. Next up, XTZ. Now compared to other coins out there, this is kind of taking a bit of a beating. I mean, there's your high time frame fib. There's coins that have held in that 70, 78% region. This has done typically what I like to see in an altcoin. 92% retracement below that 886 level. But in my opinion, if you're gonna like play this from a trade, or let's say if I want to like buy some spot, I mean, if you're a believer of this project, sure, whatever, run it. But this is a weekly resistance zone right here. Perfect rejection, especially off this EMA right here. But you would want to see price. Like, I'll play a bag if we can flip this, retest that, and then come up here. You know, that could be a phenomenal trade if you just take the flip of this to this MA200 region, 77%. I mean, come on. That's a good move. That's a good move to be looking for right there. I mean, ideally, that's what I would want. I don't know if we'll get it. And you want to see this line that I just put right there, you want to see that level hold. If not, you're going to come test these lows. Maybe that's what XTZ wants to do. Maybe we create a little range, you know? We can put this right here. This level fails, you want to be looking for a bid down here. But I mean, where prices, where these MAs and EMAs are, you want to see this hold and push up. Flip this, hold this. See what's going on with OBV. Anything significant. Big divergence right there. From here to here. Yeah, you want that level of hold. I kind of like XTZ. They're alright. I mean, I just like the fact that, like, say if you have a ledger, you can just stake right on your ledger. Doesn't get any better than that. Moving on. Chain link. I mean, clear consolidation. Clear range. at that right there. Flip the 50. That's real cool. I mean, you want to start coming for these highs. I mean, ideally, this top of this range is what you want to flip with some conviction here. Yeah, that's definitely what you want to be looking for. You want price to come up here, retest. Same thing. I mean, you're seeing a lot of these charts look the same. I mean, if we do an entry from here to that MA200 just alone is, I mean, 43%. That's some fabulous returnage right there. Low, higher low, lower low, higher high, lower low, higher high. Well, we made a new high. So I mean, we are following that upwards stair step pattern. Yeah, hold this. Let's hold this 8 EMA. Hold the 50. Flip this top of the range. I'm getting into a trade there. I like that. I like that setup on Link. I like that a lot. Alright. Stella. Alright, well, we could be losing the 50 right here. That's no bueno. But I do see we have a low, higher high, higher low, higher high. This is the level ideally you want to hold as your last resort to keep that market structure intact. Right there. Ideally, it makes sense for this to hold. I think anyway. Rejection, close above. Here's the retest, you know, where we close below and do one of these numbers and come back up. I mean, you've seen Link, long consolidation period. Here's Stellar, you know, what if this was a deviation and people are like, oh, it's going down, but we just ping pong in between here and come. You know? I mean, I don't know. It's all hypothetical. But I don't like that we've been under this MA50 since November 15th, 2021. So, year and a half. And this is the first retest. It makes sense to at least reject it. One of the good things, you know, maybe you layer in your positions, do small odds, small bag here, and if it comes down here, you throw the heavier hand. I mean, beautiful, bullish engulfing on the monthly. You know, we didn't really look at too many monthlies. I think I was just kind of browsing the weekly time frame, but I mean, those are your levels to watch on XLM. Uni. I mean, you look like you have a triangle vibe going on here. we broke out of it. Right? Retesting that. I mean, this is like a cluster area. Wow, Uni doesn't even have the MA200 yet for the weekly time frame. God. I mean, you want this to hold. But to me, that's the line to break right there. Hold this level, you know. And then you got the next stop. Right there. And we got the next stop right there. So there's some resistances along the way. You want to see it tackle each one, but flip this level, hold it, retest this. Makes sense to reject it though. I mean, I could see a situation where this holds, right? Breakthrough, retest that, come down here, retest that as support one more time. I mean, you know, you want to build that stair-step pattern. Higher highs, higher lows, higher highs. Not breaking those lows, higher highs, higher lows. You'll see it over and over again. That's the crazy thing about patterns that never, it doesn't cease to amaze me, is just the fact that, I mean, over and over again. Basic attention token. Under that 50, basically from the time it started here, retested that April 18th, 2022. Finally retested it April 3rd, 2023. I've been under it for a year. That's gonna what you want it to flip. And I mean, right there, that's your resistance. La resistance. That's your zone. Lows equal highs. This is holding as support right here. You definitely don't want to lose that level at all. Interesting, we're rejecting here, but if you watch my classes before, I make that reference of, you know, tapping a glass and making it weaker, and how, you know, eventually the more you tap it, the weaker that gets. I mean, 1 tap, 2 tap, 3 tap, 4 tap, 5 tap. First retest of that MA50. But let's say if we do a number where we can break through this, flip it, retest this zone MA50 and go up. Personally, that's the type of stuff that I like to see. Bearish divergence, like a mofo though. So something to keep in mind. We can highlight that. We have this high, lower price action. We have this point that matches that high. Look at that. It's pretty clear divergence. Doesn't shock me if we go down. That's your last line of defense, or perhaps further down you go. I mean, you know, it's all imaginary lines. but broke that downtrend line. Doesn't mean we can't retest it down here. But yeesh, man, this thing has been going down. At least from the Coinbase perspective, the Coinbase chart. But those are your lines of defense right there. Alright, cake. Cake. Alright. So we're under this trend line. We have support down here. This is a bearish triangle, in my opinion. You do not want to lose this level. No, you don't. So your next support is all the way down yonder. But, could we come down, deviate? You want your clear levels, your invalidation point. And it looks like you have this as your resistance right here. Right? Follow me. It's a tough spot. Maybe this is one you don't trade, because if you close down here, your next position to enter would be down here, and these would be making newer lows, whereas I've just seen better setups. Like you could come up here, hold this, retest this, reject here, and then that's making a lower high, possibly, off this rejection right here. Better setups. Let's move on to ADA. Over the 50. Alright, in my opinion, ADA, you want this level to hold right here. This zone. So hold over this. We did make a high right there, so we do have that low, the high, lower high, higher high. Higher low, higher high. Sorry about that. So you want to see that level hold. Ideally, right here. Hold the 50. Since the data on this Coinbase chart, we've been under that MA50. We've been under this 24. So up over it, you want to see this hold. If not, maybe we do a little range dance. But if we hold this level strong, maybe we do a little bit of consolidating. I'd be looking for bids here, 110%. Totally think it's reasonable. Anything here on the OBV? No, it's doing what it needs to. Matic. Over the 50. So here are some support and resistance zones. That's a strong zone. Flip this and hold that. Hold it. Nothing really too crazy. Hold it. Broke below. Retest. Retest. Up above. Hold it. Hold it. Playing games. We hold this zone. It's looking good. Lows and highs. Higher lows. Higher highs. Higher lows. Higher highs. Following that stair step bullish market structure, but you definitely don't want it to lose this low at all. You want this to hold. Right? But if we can close above this, good God Almighty, it's looking pretty good. In all seriousness, looking good. I mean, the next level of resistance, you got 47%, 63%, 105, 150. It's looking good. Looking good. Really see a pattern. Let's pinch it. Alright, well, there's definitely this right here. Faux show. What is this? A broadening wedge? Technically, something to keep an eye on. I mean, if you're looking off that narrative, right? Ascending wedge, break below, retest, and this support line that adds up there. What would the measured move of that be? From the break. That's crazy. Alright, we'll highlight that zone. The measured move brings us back down here. We'll see. We'll keep eyes on that one for sure. Doji. Coinbase chart looks fucking atrocious. Broke that downtrend. Got a resistance level right here. Oh man, come on. Jeez. On the weekly, right? Got the downtrend line break. Clear triangle. Right? So there's your triangle. Boom. Watch the break. Ideally, it's lining up here to break this, right? So, looking for that confluence. Let's break through this and retest this. I'd rather retest a diagonal with a weekly support matching it than not. Alright? And maybe we can go up and whatever else. But I tell you what, we're going to keep eyes on that. Let's break through that. I'm with it. And you know what? You have the setup on the other side too for the shot, right? Price wants to close below this, retest the diagonal down. That could be a thing too. Something to keep eyes on. You definitely want to keep eyes on this break right here. I mean, something's got to give. It's definitely pinching in there. So, I mean, that's a bearish divergence for sure, right? Boom. Stretch it. Put this out of, and where that candle close is lower. So or do we just come and retest this wick, come back in here? I don't know, but this looks like you're gonna get something's got to give here sometime soon. So, all right, well, clear as day. This is basic lemon squeezy. Right there. That's your zone to break. Break through that and talk to me nice. But yeah, from this right here, to like, this is going to be a strong resistance area, right? Support, breakthrough, retest. You got your 50, your 24. That's going to be a hell of a level to break. I mean, if we're being honest too, I was really expecting Solana to come in this like $4 region. If you look on other places, this isn't much data, but I know on other exchanges there's more data. I was expecting it to go to that 886 level, but that's what you're looking for if you want to ride this long. Break through this, ping pong boom, something like that. We're only going to look at a couple more here. Let's end it with Litecoin. All right, that's simple. I love simple. Let's get rid of that. Here you go. That's your resistance right here. Boom. Break through this, break through that MA200. Now we're talking. But I mean, you want a short resistance. So we're at resistance right now. Perfectly. So what's going to give here? Yeah, that's what I'd be looking for. I mean, maybe we just do, you know, we're hitting this rejection right here. Maybe we come retest this, you know, hit it a couple times. We'll see. I guess we'll look at the corn. I mean, ideally, I've been eyeing this level right here, right? I've been talking about this in the group. The SR flip, MA200 retest, do we get it? I don't know. But on a daily perspective, you want this to hold. This level right here, this 24. It's the first time we're retesting it since we smashed through it, so just a beautiful reaction off that MA200 on the daily. Fabulous. But yeah, I'm expecting down here to get retested, honestly. I mean, it would make sense if this held right here. Do I like not click that? That happens way too much right there. That would make sense to hold. If not, we can come down here, but lose that. It's not off the table to come retest this daily MA. I mean, we already did it, so I wouldn't want to close below that. But at your last line of defense, I've had some buy limits there since we broke through it. Ethereum, kind of the same deal. Beautiful reaction off that MA 200. Stair step down, slowly coming up, new high. This is interesting. I could see this right here. That's the one. 1591. I mean, we've held it. It's just amazing, the strength of Ethereum. Just, dancing around it, but the strength is just unreal. Totally unreal. I was thinking I could throw a big chunk at it down in like the 600-800 region. But just holding it, flirting with it, deviating, but holding it. If this level doesn't hold right here, I could easily see that other line getting retested. I mean, we're there now. Hold, support, resistance, close above. It's not unreasonable to take a long here. But it would have shocked me if this just deviated just to trap some bulls, come and retest this, and then boogie. You got some strong support here with this weekly level, the 50, the 200 MAs on the weekly. But it's reasonable to take. I could understand somebody was like, all right, I'm going to long this. I could understand why. That's it. I'm tapped out. Any questions about anything we went over, let me know. A couple of these I did post on Twitter, and I do cover in the group and Twitter some charts intraday. I always try to keep it bi-weekly with these market reviews. And I try to look at the popular ones. I mean, there's over 20,000 recognized cryptos on CoinMarketCap, so I'm not going to sit here and chart 20,000 things. But if you have a request, drop it in the comments and I will get over it. I'll go over it next time. All right? Certainly out.